Hi, I'm Matthew Shimolo. Welcome to the Wealth Masterclass, where we teach you to make, manage, and multiply money. This is the second session I'm doing on business. And today I'd like to challenge you on how to fix the money problem in your business. How to fix the money problem in your business. Many problems come to people, but the challenging one is the money problem in your business. It is like having a car that will not work. And when your car doesn't work, instead of you driving the car drives you. When you haven't fixed it, it drives you. Same thing when you don't fix the money problem in the business drives you, keeps you awake, unable to sleep, unable to eat well. You run from creditors and you're unable to handle your staffing very well. You become tangy and irritable. So what do you do to sort out the challenges of the money problems that have grounded your business? I hope you are liking, subscribing to this channel, and maybe you know one or two people. Tell them about the Wealth Masterclass and make them watch this particular one if they have their own business or they're thinking of starting one. Number one, stop spending the money you do not have. Yes, on the Wealth Masterclass, we do teach you that you should learn to use other people's money, but stay away from using credit cards to spend the money which you expect. You're still expecting the money and you're spending it. You see, if you will ever borrow, it should be to borrow and put in what will increase the value of the money you borrowed. Say if you were to supply a product required, you then went and borrowed to produce the product and made profit. You paid the bank the money they loaned you and you kept the profit. That's a better borrowing. Other than that, when you use credit card to maintain a lifestyle, you are digging more holes for your business. You've got, and the challenge with many people is that once they see a certain level of income in their business, they raise their lifestyle to the level of the income and they end up destroying everything. Number two is to raise the level of money which you put beyond the average person. In other words, if the average person saves 20% and spends 60-80% on themselves, you should do differently. Live on 20 if possible. Save 40 and give 10 to God. Live on 20% of your income if possible in the early days. Yeah, you heard me. You didn't have to change your car because you are building your business from good to great. Put 40% of your income back in the business. Back in the business. We hear of people like Elon Musk, but we don't know of the sacrifices of this man. He made $180 million as one of those who created PayPal. And what did he do when he was to start Tesla? He took all $180 million and put in Tesla and hardly could eat. You may not take that level of risk, but what we're saying is you must first be the person who believes in your vision before anyone believes in you. 20, live on 20. Put 40 in your business to recycle into the business. Give 10 to God and maybe another 10 to do some good. The third step, if your company cannot write it off, hesitate before you buy. You know, once you start a business, there are business expenses. Even the telephone could be part of business expense because you are using it to do the work of the business. However, if the business does not have enough money to write off the cost of the phone, the cost of the car, what is the use going to buy yourself a Lamborghini and saying it's company expense? It's good for the image of the company when the company itself does not have enough to pay for the lease or outright payment of that Lamborghini. You might as well survive in your small Corolla while you are building a great empire. Hesitate to buy if the company cannot easily write it off. Next one, rent or lease, don't buy. If you start with heavy capital by buying buildings to run a business, suppose your business outgrows the building, then you find yourself challenged. Rent, lease. It is not a crime to rent or lease. Matter of fact, when we teach people in real estate, the next phase we are beginning to teach people is that if possible, even the home you live in should be rented. You want to know why? So that the equity that is tied down in the building that you live in as your residence will not be tied down unless you are in an economy where you can easily access the equity to use. If not, it's better to rent or lease. Let other people carry the burden, but and then you are able to just pay for the lease on a regular basis. The company is paying for it at a small amount and your business continues to grow. The next point, grow your business before you open another business. You see, if you are not a master of anything, you will never master anything. You need to not be jack of all trades, master of none. You need to master one business, be known for one thing. Your business can then have fingers, have other outreaches years later. But in the early days when your business is finding its footing, you need to find what your strength is and stay in your strength. When you stay in your strength, then you make a name, you master that area instead of you being spread out like thin butter on bread because you are trying to do so many things. Stay in one business. Master that business well. Be an achiever in that business. That way you will begin to solve your money problem. Instead of you having monies that are in different businesses all at the same time. Yes, we do talk about multiple streams of income. However, some streams should be such that they need almost no capital for them to operate. If you want to come out of the hole that you have found yourself when it comes to business, change your working hours to bring in more. You see, many of us went into business from initially being employed to now being people who deployed their own gifting and running business. You cannot do the 9 to 5 thing if you run your own business and you want to see wealth. If you want to really achieve, you need to move from 9 to 5 to 95. And if you cannot do 95 hours, at least start with something like 68 hours. It was a great speaker one time who said, the minimum hours most millionaires give or put into their business to become millionaires is 68 hours. So you can't do 40 hours a week and create a great business. You need to be in and out of your business wherever you are. Let your laptop, your phone, your car become part of your business. So in other words, change your business working hours. Stop the habit of just working 9 to 5. Create a greater, better, wiser rhythm for yourself, which includes really taking more time, putting more hours. And when you do that, the business now increases. It was the Prince of Dubai in one of his books on vision that had put an argument to me which sounded so beautiful. And I wish many governments around the world would have adopted it. He said the United Arab Emirates, particularly the Dubai part, decided to take advantage of the night hours. If work is closing at 4, 5 p.m., how about other people resuming at 5 p.m. and closing at 7, 8 a.m. when someone else is taking over. So there is a continuity and a rhythm. That way, it will double employment. But many nations shut down and say, oh, it's night. And yet there are things the government could have done, and they put it out to be done for 5 years that could have been done for 2.5 years if they had adopted that method. Next thing, if you want to stop the money leakage, is to always learn. Stay broke. You say what? Yeah, stay broke. What do you mean? Never keep large sum of money without it working. Let me balance that. You see, you need to have small emergency money, which the bank didn't open weekend, something happened in the city, something happened in your nation, you needed to access money. So some small money, which nobody knows about, and you are the only one who knew where you kept it. That's okay. But other than that, stay broke. Never have money anywhere that is not at work. Do you know the myth of the billionaire is that many people think if they stop a billionaire on the road, they can say, can I have $1 million? They don't know that most billionaires don't even have $50,000 they can easily access, unless maybe an emergency money they kept somewhere. Other than that, there is no money latent somewhere. It is at work. And if they know, okay, the tax man is going to come and slam tax on me, that's why you find them buying properties because they get the property relief. They get tax relief from the properties. They claim monies for repairs of the property. So if you want to dig yourself out of the money hole you find yourself in your business, part of what you should do is never have money in some shavings account. I call savings account shavings account because the bank is busy shaving you. They told you there's some money in the shavings account. There's nothing there. Nothing. You don't even realize. I don't want to go into it now, but the funniest institution on earth are banks. Because if you have $100 million and you go to your branch to say you want to withdraw it, you'll be in shock. It's not there. They don't even have your money. They've given somebody to use. And even when they tell you they are giving you money to buy a house, it's paper. They are just typing something on paper to say they gave you a mortgage. It's just figures on a computer. Money is never kept by the bank. So why are you keeping yours? Let it go to work so that your business can really do well. Then, never give up on your financial goals. Because you're in a hole today does not mean you won't come out. You're coming out of that hole. All businesses go through, you see, life is in rhythms. Mountaintop, valley time. Mountaintop, valley time. You notice that happens to you? There are times when the chemicals of your body are shooting high. You go high. Then there's a time, particularly after a big lunch. Your body goes down and you're struggling not to sleep at work. That's because the chemicals of your body are taking you through the valley times. Same thing with business. Business has rhythms. But during that time, keep your vision alive. Keep your dream alive. Then, know your industry. Know how things work. Know the money seasons. Know the dry seasons. Know the seasons when there will be abundance. You see, several years ago when I was a teenager, I went to live in a farm. I had never been in a farm before. I lived there for 1.5 years. I got there when things were hard. Then came the summer and it was harvest. My aunt said I could take anything from our farm and sell. And truly I took and I was selling. I was making money like crazy. And I was spending the money also like a drunken sailor. And my uncle's wife called me and said, young man, you've never lived here before. Dry season is coming. When money wouldn't flow like it is now. I thought she was joking. Then that time came and there was no harvest. There was nothing to reap to go and sell. I had blown all the money. I didn't know the rhythm. You must know the rhythm of your industry. the times money flows the most, the times sales flows the most, the times there are quietness. You must know how to create sales when there is no sale. You must know how to also go through your hibernation period as a business and the time when the greatest sales are made. Prepare for it. Get your business ready. Come out of that financial holes. And finally, find your issues. Face your issues and finish them. Find them, face them, finish them. What's causing this financial issue? Am I giving loans I shouldn't? Am I giving family members money I shouldn't? Am I putting my hand in my capital and profit when I should not? Do I have the monies I have access to that have nothing to do with the business? Am I separating personal money from business money so that the business can thrive and do well? Am I carrying over certain lifestyle that I should have stopped if I wanted to build a business from good to great? I do hope today we were able to challenge you to see how to overcome the financial problems in business. There are several others, but I hope this helps you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you punch that subscribe and that like button. Invite your friends to watch the Wealth Masterclass on various platforms. God bless.